Straight. Democrats face political violence day in, day out, and another person was just arrested for making violent threats against Kamala Harris. But Trump gets one patsy to stage this fake shooting, and all of a sudden it's a whole multi-week story. Why is that? Why is it that every single... I have a flyaway here. Holy shit, look at that. That is some fucking... Look at that fucking thing. Okay, well, that totally hijacked my train of thought. Why is it, though, that every time there is even, like, someone is just a little bit unkind to the MAGA mob, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh, well, today we are all MAGA. Meanwhile, day in, day out, Democrats have to live in fucking fear because you don't know which of these dipshits with an AR-15 is going to go off the rails just because you wear a Black Lives Matter shirt or a Kamala 2024 hat. Is bullshit. So I'm trying a little bit of a different drink. Arizona iced tea. A lot of people are drinking iced tea at work, and you know, with it being so hot lately, I was like, that actually sounds kind of good. So let's see. And also, I've been hearing a lot of ads for this on the radio. So for once, ads actually worked on me. First sip. Let's see if I like this. That's a flavor. That's interesting. Not saying I love it, not saying I hate it, I'm saying it exists. Okay, Gabby, so while you're here, I know you're at work watching the live stream. I hope you're doing it on a break and not while you're on the clock. I really hope you're not going to get me like demonetized for this. Okay, I have to look at this because I don't know what you got. Did you give me underwear? What the hell? Oh, it's a shirt. Oh, that's right. Baby blanket. That's right. So, this will be for the kid. Let's see if... I think it might be a little bit big for him. I might have to wait till he's a little under 1 before he can fit into that. He'll love that, though. Terminator 2. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for that, Gabby. That's amazing. Okay, so... Now, this story... I'm gonna circle back to it, but essentially a man from Virginia was arrested for making very clear, explicit, violent threats against Kamala Harris, and it was obvious that he had plans to act on them, especially after he was arrested. He had hundreds of rounds of ammunition, he had an AR-15, he had a bunch of guns. It was pretty clear what his plan was, that he was going to do it. Now, me personally, I post about this all the time. I get death threats frequently. I had someone on this very same shithole platform, Instagram, say that he was going to come to one of my shows and slit my throat. And the moderators think that that's absolutely okay. Keep in mind that these right-wing hacks running this company, Instagram, and running the safety reports, if any of this shit happened to them, they would lock themselves in their Silicon Valley fucking bunker. But when it happens to us, you know, the regular folks, the Democrats, then all of a sudden, no big fucking deal. And this is a cycle. And the corporate media is absolutely complicit in this because Trump finds a patsy, gets him to shoot up his crowd and dies, you know, for his cause or whatever. And the corporate media makes out a whole story. They have these all opinion articles like, oh, but Trump will now change his tone. Trump will now definitely show that he's going to definitely moderate his opinions. Bullshit. He is the same violent, bigoted asshole he has always been. You guys are suckers and morons for falling for it every single fucking time. But here we are yet again. So this guy... These are some of the things that they arrested him for saying. On July 27th. Now, okay, so let's just kind of dive into the psychology of this shit. I mean, can I do a blue screen? I want to see. I don't think I can. Let's see. Or not a blue screen, a green screen. Nope, I can't do it. Oh, I can. Okay, so I can upload the picture. Can I? How do I do it? Oh, it's not going to let me. This is like your college professor trying to get the fucking projector to work. So I can do the green screen, but I can't upload the picture. That sucks. Okay. Or I'm just too dumb to know how to work it. One or the other. Anyway, but the dude's picture is a Virginia man, and he's got like this very thin haircut, like Doc Brown style, and he's looking at the camera like he just got flashed by the neuralizer from Men in Black. God, I wish I could show you the picture. But I promise you, Google it, Virginia man threats Kamala Harris, and you'll see his picture. Holy shit. I mean, let me see if I can find his picture really quick. My God. Oh, my God. He is like an advertisement for meth. Jesus. Wow, I mean, he's staring at the camera just like you would think he's a fucking zombie or something. Jesus. If he didn't have color in his cheek, he would like something out of Walking Dead. Okay, so anyway. So this guy, let's dive into the psychology of this. This is fucking weird, right? He mentioned Kamala Harris 19 times, and his username was Joe Mataratz. Is that like Kamabla, but for weird internet people? Joe Mataratz, 1. Is that supposed to be like Joe mad at Democrats? Is that what he's trying to say? It's always funny when these weirdos try to like insult you with terms that they think are offensive, but you have no idea what the words mean, but the words themselves sound really fucking funny, so you just end up laughing at it. I had no idea what a cuck was until these fucking weirdos all started calling me a cuck. And I'm just laughing at it like, that just sounds like a funny fucking word. Just as a funny fucking word, cuck. That is the fucking silliest word I've ever heard. So he's saying, listen to me, Crappler Harris, also known as Cunt Harris. Ooh, wow. Big tough guy. You don't have a snowball's chance in hell, which is exactly where you're going, and soon I'll cut your eyes out of your fucking head while you're alive, bitch. And I will make sure you suffer a slow, agonizing death, you piece of shit. He posted all these on the same fucking day. Jesus Christ. So same day, Kamala Harris needs to be put on fire alive. I will do it personally. If no one else does it, I want her to suffer a slow, agonizing death. Harris is going to regret ever trying to become president because if that ever happened, I will personally pluck out her eyes with a pair of pliers. Oh, okay, finally, a little bit of creativity. But first, I will shoot and kill everyone. Oh, come on, that's so generic. That gets in my way. That is a fucking promise. Why is the word fucking bleeped out in this court filing, but they didn't bleep out cunt? I think there's some misogyny in our court system, guys. Just for being a Democrat, you're going to die, crap. His nickname is Crapla Harris. Crapla Harris. That's how he spelled it. These guys are fucking weirdos. That's a fucking promise. I'm going to find you and your fucking family, and I'm going to kill all you. Keep in mind, all the F words are blanked out in this court filing. And I'm going to kill you all, you fucking waste of life. I can't wait to rip your eyes out of your fucking head. Okay, now he's just getting repetitive. With a pair... I can't wait to rip your eyes out of your fucking head with a pair of eyes, you piece of shit. So he's gonna... I can't wait to rip out your eyes out of your fucking head with a pair of eyes. Okay. And nothing but scum of the earth, and you're going to die like it. Crappler Harris. Oh, yeah. We have reached the peak of right-wing creativity. Just like the whole trans thing. These fuckers only have one joke. Crappler Harris is laying... He's not even spelling it right. Oh, this hurts the English major in me. Crappler Harris is laying, thieving piece of garbage like the rest of this administration. They all need to die, and they will soon. Obviously, he meant lying, and he didn't even use the correct form of lying. He put laying, like you're laying down on the ground, not lying under oath. Oh my god. These people are so fucking weird. Does it show in my face how weird these people are? So this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 posts, all made in the same day, I'm assuming, within close proximity of each other. And it was on Getter. I think Getter is one of those right-wing accounts like Rumble and shit like that, and Truth Social. So then they had to use Google to locate him, use email services, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Surveillance. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, here we go. Okay, so there's more. So he made other posts about firearms and shooting people. November 23rd, 2023. Don't, all caps, by the way. Don't wait for your gov. Go out with your guns and kill all Muslims. Also in all caps, February 13th, 2024. Fuck you, asshole. Send them to your house. I will shoot them first. March 23rd, 2024. Look at all the target shooting. They must die. March 24th, 2024. Trudeau is a clown puppet. He must be taken out and shot just like Biden and his admin. You don't even live in Canada. You live in fucking Virginia. The Canadian border is like what? A couple 500-600 miles north of you? Why? What is with these weirdos? They even hate people that don't fucking live here. Okay, now we're back in lowercase, guys. 7/27/24. They should be shot in the fucking head. Those lousy fucking CIA bastard artist scumbags. July 27th. Excuse me. I believe... Oh, wait, sorry, lowercase. I believe when he illegal... He's obviously saying the... I believe when he illegals show up to vote, they should be shot in the head quickly. They're not allowed to vote, so then they must die. Because if I see any of them, I'll kill them. These people are so fucking fucked up in the head. It's really unbelievable. I mean, again, why the focus on Trudeau? Trudeau has almost no bearing on your life living in fucking Virginia. And they can't get... These guys are just fucking weird. And yet, remember when Trump had his staged, fake assassination attempt? That was a whole multi-week story. And the corporate media laundered all of their bullshit. And they tried to press the Democrats for calling him fascist, which he is. And they tried to tone down the rhetoric on the side of the left, which is ironic because the shooter was a right-wing dipshit. The MAGA mentality has gotten so batshit that the MAGA mob will shoot other members of the MAGA mob. It's MAGA on MAGA violence. But no, that didn't stop the corporate media from blaming the Democrats for all of this. And of course, the Democrats, being the cowards that they are, they back down. They said, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't say this. Oh, well, maybe we shouldn't say that. And it drove a whole ass news cycle. But this gets fucking nothing. This gets fucking nothing. And the whole Paul Pelosi thing, remember when the guy broke in and tried to assassinate Nancy Pelosi? What happened with the corporate media? Well, they just laundered all the fucking cynical, violent thoughts of the right wing who were saying that, oh, well, actually it's this gay lover, and oh, well, if only Nancy had been there, right? They didn't give two flying fucks about actually lowering the volume, or lowering the temperature, or getting anybody to calm down. No, the corporate media just laundered all this shit. And by the way, they never called out the right wing for this violence, for inciting this guy, who said he was incited because of bullshit he was seeing from Fox Fake News, Truth Social, and all this other crap. And they never once called that out. But they do when it happens to a Republican. That's the double standard here. And again, whether it's this or it's the Paul Pelosi thing, or I think it was last year they arrested somebody outside of, it was either Kamala's residence or Biden's house in Delaware, because again he had a shitload of guns and he had a history of making violent rhetoric, and they keep getting away with it every single time. There is no outrage cycle from the corporate media when it happens to Democrats, and this is something that we can't allow to happen. We need to be very aware of this, that there is a double standard in the corporate media, and the corporate media will never be on our side, and they have to be pushed. They have to be pushed, and we have to keep pushing them until this is covered fairly. Because what's going to happen is people are going to die. People are already dying. There was a house invasion story last year. A neighbor broke in and murdered a whole ass family because he thought they were Democrats. And I don't even think they were, if I remember. I'd have to look up the details of the story. But how fucking radical is that? That the right wing is able to just put out this shit on Fox Fake News with these talking heads and these pundits who will never see anything like the kind of violence that we have to face, and they'll also never face actually working for a fucking living. And they radicalize these folks, and then they go out and commit violence. And nothing ever happens. Like Libs of TikTok. That fucking terrorist lover goes out there, she puts all this bullshit out there, and then it radicalizes her people, they start believing it, and then they go out and they try to shoot up they call in bombs a bomb threat to children's hospitals. It's just like the whole Pizzagate bullshit, right? Remember when that happened back in 2016? They tried to say that there was a child pedophile ring in the basement of a pizza building that had no fucking basement, and then somebody went in there with a gun and shot the place. That kind of shit keeps happening, and the corporate media does absolutely jack shit to hold these people to account. No one on the right wing is going to be interviewed about this threat. No one on any of the Sunday talk shows coming up this weekend. No one on any of the media shows this week. Any of the Republicans are not going to be asked about that. And even if they are asked about that, the corporate media will be like, so what do you think about the threats made about Kamala Harris and the person that has been arrested for it? Well, obviously it's fake news, but it's also not fake news because the person was arrested and he's a political prisoner, but also we have nothing to do with it. We didn't incite him at all. I wish he had been successful, but also we're moving on. And then the corporate media will just be like, okay, excellent answer. Next question. They never press them. So please, let's have some media literacy. Be aware of the double standard in corporate media. Make sure to call them out on it. And you have to drag them. If you have to comment on social media to drag them, do it. Because I think it was this week or last week, the Boston Globe printed an absolutely atrocious story about Imane Khalif, the boxer from Algeria in the Olympics. And they were saying that she was trans. Just flat out defamation, calling her trans when she's not anything even remotely close to that. And the only way the Boston Globe retracted their headline and changed it was through outrage, and it was through holding them to account and pressing them. And that's what we have to do. So if we see this kind of double standard, make sure you're aware of it and call it out.